Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Book Taste with Liz. It has been a long time that I've been gone. The holidays have kept me busy, but now I am back. So let's chat about what I got for Christmas, the end of 2025 and beginning of 2026. Okay, Happy New Year! I'm recording this on the 2nd, I believe. I'm a little late to the New Year celebration here, but it's fine. To end 2025, I ended up reading 39 out of my 40 books. 40 books was my goal. My last book that I was hoping to get done is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. We're reading this for my book club, but I did not get it done. But we got really close to my goal, 39 out of 40, which was awesome. It was really good reading year this year. I'm not going to go through all the ones I read because I don't even know where they are. Like, I'd have to look through and spend a lot of time finding them. But yeah, it was really good reading year. I had a lot of 5-star reads, a lot more than I thought. But yeah, so now I'm hope this is gonna be the first book I finish in 2026. We are, I don't know, I want to say like 60% through, maybe 70. Definitely not enjoying it as much as the other Hunger Game books so far, but I think it's because we're not in the arena and we can't like experience it firsthand. It doesn't feel for me, Snow is just this insufferable person that is entitled and just hates on other people, which is probably the point of his character. He's probably meant to be a hateable character. I was hoping that reading this book would give a better, like, a background into who Snow is and why he's the dude he is, and yeah, it's kind of disappointing me so far, but we're still gonna finish it. We're still gonna talk about it in book club and everything like that. So that is our first book of 2026, but going back to 2025, talking about the past, I got quite a few books for Christmas this year, so we're gonna go through them. First off, we have the Barnes & Noble gift card. Love this. I can go pick some books that I did not get. I don't know how much is on it, but I'm assuming it's like 25 or something, but we'll check whenever we go. So that's really fun. Okay, next, we're gonna go in order of like how excited I was to get them. Okay, so top excitement book of what I got. We're starting off strong. We have Mate. If anyone is anyone, you've read Bride. It's on my, if you watched one of my other videos, it's on my like 5-star little shelf up there. But this is the second one. It's called Mate. So Bride was between this vampire and this werewolf. It was their like romance, but it was like, I don't want to say of convenience, but they were kind of like, it was this contract to like appease the vampires and the werewolves and kind of like create an alliance between them, is why they're married together. And then they end up falling in love and like being like mates or whatever. And there's the knot, which I'm really hoping would be in this one too. So this one, Mate, is the sequel, and it spins off of the vampire's friend and then one of the other alpha wolves. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I'm gonna read the back just because I haven't read it yet. So Serena Paris is orphaned, packless, and one of a kind. Coming forward as the first human-were hybrid was supposed to heal a centuries-long rift between species. Instead, it made her a target, prey to the ruthless political machinations between wares, vampires, and humans. With her enemies closing in on her, she has only one option left: if he'll have her. As Alpha of the Northwest Pack, Cohen Alexander commands obedience. His authority is obsolete. Only a fool would threaten his mate. Doesn't matter if Serena doesn't reciprocate his feelings. Nothing will stop him from keeping her safe. But power-hungry vampires and wares are not the only threats chasing Serena. Sooner or later, her past is bound to catch up with her, and Cohen might be the only thing standing between her and total annihilation. I loved Bride so much. It was definitely a 5-star read for me. It was fucking fantastic. And I think it was the first book I read by Ali Hazelwood, I'm pretty sure. And I fell in love, and I loved it. So, and I'm really glad I got the green cover, because I know there was purple, there was blue, but my favorite color was green, so I'm really excited I got the green one. But this is definitely a really highly anticipated Christmas book for me. So really excited about that one. Moving on, next. So this one is The Women by Kristen Hanna. I've seen a lot of people talk about this on Book Talk and Bookstagram and stuff. My aunt is actually the one that convinced me to read it. She read it and she said it was a really good story and that I should try it out. So I'm excited that I've got this one for Christmas. It looks kind of like a thick book, but I know it's like a war story about a nurse named Frankie. So Women can be heroes. When 20-year-old nursing student Frances Frankie McGrath hears these words, it is a revelation. Raised in the sun-drenched, idyllic world of Southern California and sheltered by her conservative parents, she has always prided herself on doing the right thing. But in 1965, the world is changing, and she suddenly dares to imagine a different future for herself. When her brother ships out to serve in Vietnam, she joins the Marine Nurse Corps and follows his path. As green and inexperienced as the men sent to Vietnam to fight, Frankie is overwhelmed by the chaos and destruction of war. Every day is a gamble of life and death, hope and betrayal. Friendships run deep and can be shattered in an instant. In war, she meets and becomes one of the lucky, the brave, the broken, and the lost. The war is just the beginning for Frankie and her veteran friends. The real battle lies in coming home to a changed and divided America, to angry protesters, and to a country that wants to forget Vietnam. The Women is a story of one woman gone to war, but it shines a light on the all women who put themselves in harm's way and whose sacrifice and commitment to their country has too often been forgotten. A novel about deep friendships and bold patriotism, The Women is a richly drawn story with a memorable, heroine whose idealism and courage under fire will come to define an era. That sounds so good, and I feel like it's going to be really emotional. I'll probably cry, but I think this is the first book I'll be reading by Kristen Hanna, and my hopes are high. I've heard so many good things. My aunt said it was such a good book, and she thinks I would like it, so I'm really hoping that this is a fantastic read for me. So, that was the next on the list. Next, I'm going to put as number 3 is the first 3 books in the Done and Dusted series. I guess that's not the series, the Rebel Blue Ranch or whatever. So I read Done and Dusted, but I read it on my phone, so I'm very excited to have a physical copy. But since I read this, it was early last year, I think. But since I've read this, I have not read the other 3. I only got these 2. I still have to get the 4th one. I don't remember what it's called. But I loved this book. This was a 5-star read for me this year, and I was giggling and kicking my feet and having a good time. So this one was really good, so I'm really excited to read these 2. I like the size of these books. I don't know why. They're not like big books. They're kind of small, and I'm okay with that. I like it, and I like the floppiness, and it's just like a good fit in your pocket, take with you kind of book, right? So I was really, these all 3 came together like in the same packaging, so I was really excited. Also, can we just like do some appreciation for the cover? I love these cover designs. They have that old like watercolor painting like on the coloring pages you did as a kid kind of look, like almost comic booky, but it looks so gorgeous and beautiful, and I love it. So these are great. I'm going to read these before I go buy the 4th one, because I have too many books as it is. Like, my TBR is overwhelming. Not really, I'm loving it, but like there's a lot of books on there. So I need to read those before I buy any more. The gift card does not count to that. This is free. Somebody gave this to me. This is a gift. This is essentially somebody gave me books. This is not my money being spent. So that doesn't count. We'll use that to get books. But with my own money, I'm probably gonna put myself on book buying ban for the foreseeable future, unless it's like a school related book. So we were really excited to get Done and Dusted, Swift and Saddled, Lost and Lassoed. I'm very excited to get those. Okay, next we have a Mitch Albom book, The Little Liar. So this is another war story one with like a little kid, I think during the Holocaust. Let's read the blurb. Okay, so 11-year-old Nico Crispus has never told a lie. When the Nazis invade his home in Salonika, Greece, the trustworthy boy is discovered by a German officer who offers him a chance to save his family. All Nico has to do is persuade his fellow Jewish residents to board trains heading north, where new jobs and safety await. Unaware that this is all a cruel ruse, the innocent boy reassures passengers on the station platform every day. But when the final train is loaded, Nico sees his family being herded into a boxcar. Only then does he discover that he has helped send them and everyone he knows and loves to doom at Auschwitz. Nico escapes, but he never tells the truth again. In The Little Liar, Mitch Albom examines the human repercussions of deception by interweaving the stories of Nico, who becomes a pathological liar, his older brother Sebastian, who vows vengeance against him, Fanny, the girl who must choose between them, and the Udo Graf, the Nazi officer who changed their lives with his lies. Through the war years, the concentration camps, and the decades that follow, Albom reveals the consequences of each person's honesty and dishonesty, bringing them back to where it all started in a staggering climax worthy of the best of albums internationally embraced stories. The Little Liar is Mitch Albom at his very best, narrated by the voice of truth itself. It is a timeless tale of the harm we inflict with our deceits and the power of love to inspire forgiveness and ultimately to redeem ourselves. So, I've yapped about Mitch Albom plenty, and I'll probably do a video only talking about him, but he writes stories from such interesting perspectives. Like this one, it says it's from the voice of truth. The magic strings of Frankie, the 5 magical strings of Frankie Presto. That one is voiced from music. And he writes such from interesting narratives. And this one, I've read a book about this girl who escaped Auschwitz or whatever and survived the whole story. It was like Silke's Journey or something. That was hard to read. And, but I thought that this sounded so interesting. Just like all the tales that they're going to spin off of all the different lies and truths that were told by these characters. And I think it sounded really good. So I love me Mitch Albom book. I hope to collect his entire, what's it called? Not like for an artist, it's called a discography or whatever they call their music. Anyway, I hope to get all his books. I really want to read all of his books. He is such an amazing author. So, but this was really good. I'm really excited for this one too. Next, this one we have The Phoenix King. If you have not seen this one, this is like a Indian mythology, like as in India, not like Native American. Inspired by that, and I've seen a lot of clips on Instagram about this character, and like she kind of has this villain arc going on. In like the next couple books, it's a trilogy, so there's 2 more. I don't know if they're out yet or if they're like going to come out, but I've seen like the character art, which like there's some like inside, and it just looks so cool and so interesting. And I need to diversify my readings and like read other, like I've always been like a Greek mythology, Roman mythology kind of girl, but I need to like branch out. So like this is an effort at that. I've also seen books about like Egyptian mythology. I've read some about like Norse mythology. So I really want to like branch out and like read about other things. I don't really know anything about Indian mythology, but maybe I'll have to do some background research, or maybe it'll be explained enough in here. We'll see. Let's read the blurb. So, the Ravani kingdom was born of a prophecy carved from unforgiving desert sands and ruled by the Ravens' bloodline, those with the power to command the eternal fire. Elena Adaya is the heir to the throne and the only Ravenance who cannot wield her family's legendary magic. As her coronation approaches, she will do whatever it takes to prove herself a worthy successor to her revered father. But she doesn't anticipate the arrival of Yasin Knight, the notorious assassin who now claims fealty to the throne. Elena's father might trust Yasin to be a member of her royal guard, but she is certain he is hiding something. As the threat of war looms like a storm on the horizon, the two begin a dangerous dance of intrigue and betrayal, and the choices they make could burn down the world. So, I'm pretty sure, based off the picture on the inside and the description, I'm pretty sure that Yasin, I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, but I'm pretty sure that he's the blonde boy in the art in here. And even though, like, I don't know how much romance is going to happen in this, but I think the ending has something to do with, like, her taking, like, this villain arc, and we don't really see that main character, the chosen one kind of girl, taking, like, a villain arc in a lot of books, and I think that sounds really interesting. I would love to see where that goes. I also pretty sure there's a third boy. There's a third character, I guess. There's 2 boys, and I don't really know where he comes in, but we'll see. It sounds really interesting, and it's really beautiful, and I love what I've seen on Instagram about it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. Also, second last on what I got technically 3 books, but 2 of them go together. So, we got the last 2 books to the Beautiful Creatures series. I have the first 2, and I read the series in high school, and I loved it. It's so fantastic. There's a movie out for it. I never finished watching it, but I started it. And the movie looks really good. I think the casting was really good, and they were getting the storyline pretty good. But I really want to reread these series. So I got the first one at Goodwill, and the second one off of Thrift Books. but I wanted to have the whole series so I could reread it. And so my brother got me, I think it was my brother, got me the last two in this series. However, okay, this one comes with a map of like the town, which is really cool. It folds out like this in like 3 panels and it's all colored, which is really cool. And also, his grandma, or like his housekeeper or whatever, I don't remember exactly, she cooks a lot, and I think there's a character named Alma in the book, and it has some of her recipes that they talk about in the book, which is so fun. So maybe I can try one of those out one day. But anyway, so there's this series of 4 for Beautiful Creatures. This one follows the main boy and the girl. I think it's Emmett and Lena are the main characters in these two. And there's a spin-off series following Lena's cousin, I don't remember her name, and Emmett's best friend Link. They start dating, and it's a spin-off series of that. So I really want to read these and then get those next 4, because I think it'd be really cool to read and get the whole like universe going on, you know. But these are thick, and I have a lot of other things going on starting the school semester, so we'll see if we get to those. Okay, the final book that I got for Christmas is called The Echo of Old Books. This one was not on my list. My grandma saw it and thought that I would like it, so she gave it to me. And I read the back of the book like one time, so I don't really know what it's about, so let's read it. So, rare book dealer Ashlyn Greer's affinity for books extends beyond the intoxicating scent of old paper, ink, and leather. She can feel the echoes of the book's previous owners, an emotional fingerprint only she can read. When Ashlyn discovers a pair of beautifully bound volumes that appear to have never been published, her gift quickly becomes an obsession. Not only is each inscribed with a startling incrimination, but the authors Hemi and Bell tell conflicting sides of a tragic romance. With no trace of how these mysterious books came into the world, Ashlyn is caught up in a decades-old literary mystery, beckoned by 2 hearts in ruin, whoever they were, wherever they are. Determined to learn the truth behind the doomed lover's tale, she reads on, following a trail of broken promises and seemingly unforgivable betrayals. The more Ashlyn learns about Hemi and Bell, the nearer she comes to bringing closer to their love. Hold on. Rewind this last sentence. The more Ashlyn learns about Hemi and Bell, the nearer she comes to bringing closure to their love story into the unfinished chapters of her own life. It sounds interesting and it sounds good because it's a book about books, essentially, but like there's this like twisted bookiness to it, and it sounds really mysterious and interesting, and I think it sounds good. So yeah, those are all the books we got for Christmas. So start 2026 with reading. Obviously, I'm gonna finish this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I'm also going to redo my TBR jar. 1, because she's kind of small and I can't really stir very well. 2, we have these new books. And I've read some of them. So we're going to go through and redo the TBR jar at some point. I'll probably make a video about that. And I want to rearrange my bookshelves. I want to move. I've gotten rid of some recently. I did like an unhaul and got rid of some before Christmas. And I wanted to like kind of rearrange my bookshelves a little bit. I'm going to make a video about that whenever I put all these away. But yeah, those are the books I got for Christmas. And I will probably do a cute little thing about what I get with this gift card. I don't really know. I'm going to search, and then I might try to find the next ones in like a series that I need or something, or just find anything interesting or ones that I wanted. But yeah, that's my Christmas reading goals for 2026. I'm going to go back to my reading goal of 40. I hit 39 this year, so I was super close, but I'm not going to change it to something else beyond 40 until I hit 40. So we are trying 40 this year. I'm going to try to read this next semester of school. It's going to be very hefty with scientific reading and projects and stuff. So I need to make sure to take time for myself and my mental health. And if reading is what I needed to do that, I'm going to make time. I'm going to try every day to make time to read a little bit. So hopefully I can still hit my reading goal 40, maybe surpass it, and try to get 40 books off my TBR, which I'm pretty sure there's like over 100, so might take a couple years to get there. But also I need to go through, I have a book embosser. I need to go through and emboss all the books that I read, because I don't think I did that a single time since moving to Nebraska. So I need to go through and do that. And also for 2026, I'm going to try to keep up with my book journal better. Like every time I finish a book, write everything down for it instead of having to go through and scramble to get them all in. I'm going to have better discipline for myself. And I am going to put myself in a book buying ban for the foreseeable future. Like I said, besides the gift card. So, book buying ban for 2026 unless I need one for school. That's all I got. Those are the books I got for Christmas. I'm very excited to read them at some point in the future and redoing the TBR jar and rearranging my shelves or whatever. So stay tuned for that. But I hope everyone had a good Christmas and a happy new year. And I hope you have a great 2026. This is our year, guys. So buckle up. So see you next time. Happy reading.